Hello everyone, Wanderer here. Today we're going to take a quick look at a free game called Adventure Capitalist. So this game is available on your phones, but I am playing, it is available free through Steam. So we're playing it on the computer. So I'm going to go into it a little bit later, but I just did what is called a investor restart. So I can show you what happens when you start the game out. So to start with, we're going to click here on our lemonade stand. The bar is going to fill up, and when it's done, we earn that amount of money. So to start the game, you're just going to keep clicking and earn more money. And then, of course, you can buy more items as you have money. And each time you buy more, the price of each one goes up. And we can also buy, this one's lit up now, so we can buy that business. And they all still have, you have to keep clicking on them to make more money. Now you'll notice here that Managers has lit up. One of the things you can do with Managers is spend a certain amount of money to hire a manager that will run that business for you. So instead of having to click on it, it'll automatically cycle through and keep going. So we just have to keep going on these, and we're going to buy some of these real quick and earn some money. Now up here in the corner, you see where it says buy one. You can also toggle this to buy 10, buy 100, or buy the maximum amount that you can get with the current amount of money that you have. So in this case, I'm going to switch it to 10 and see how much I can get. We'll see if we can get 10 on each of these. Knock them up a little bit so money's coming in faster. And it looks like we have enough to buy another manager. So the newspapers will be automated now. And as you can see, money is coming in faster and faster. We can get a manager for our car washes. Oh, and our pizza. I don't even think we've bought a donut shop yet, so we'll do that.
How do you already have 10?
Oh, I had 10 selected, so when you first buy a business, it default buys you 10 of them. Now, another thing we can do is get upgrades. So in this case, we're going to spend $250,000 to increase our lemonade stand profits 3 times. And we have the money available, so we're going to do the other businesses as well, 3 times on each of those. And then we'll close that back out. And we can get our donut shop manager. And we're still cruising right along here. Gonna increase here. And now, if you look at unlocks here, you can see that when you hit a certain quantity of that business owned, you get something unlocked. In this case, when we hit 25 lemonade stands, we unlock speed times 2. So that means the bar will fill up twice as fast. So now it's really flying across there. And we should be able to do that on these as well. So they're all going to fill up twice as fast. And while we're at it, we're going to get those real quick. And we can probably afford managers for them as well. Yep. So as you can see, the higher up a business is, the more the managers cost as well. Once we get down here, it's actually going to cost angels for our upgrades. And like I said, I just did an investor reset. So what that does is, slowly over time, you build up angels that are watching over your business. And when you claim those investors, you restart and you go back to no businesses owned, no dollars, but you have these angels here. And the first thing these angels get you is a 2% bonus on your profits. So in this case, I'm getting 4,046% increase, or in other words, about 40 times the money. So this is about 40 times what it would have been if I didn't have those angels. So each time you reset, you get more angels, and you can increase your money faster, basically. So what do we got? Just those still. One thing I don't like is it does not have a scroll bar for you to use. You actually have to click and drag. If you use your scroll wheel on the mouse, it goes really slow. But we can hire a manager for the movie studio. Oh, we haven't even bought the movie studio yet. I guess I better do that. It's getting close. Why don't we just buy one of them? And it'll at least be cycling through. And do I have to click it? I think I have to click it to start. There we go. And now the manager should take over and keep restarting it. But this one's going to take a while, because it takes 25 minutes to cycle through. What else we're doing? Might as well get a bank. Start it going. I'm going to go back to tens and increase some of these guys. So that's increasing the speed. So now you can see the next up unlock is 100 on those. If we get down here, we actually get an everything unlock. As soon as we have 25 of every single business, everything will get a ×2. And if you actually look at your gallery here, it shows you what they all are. And you can click on them and it'll tell you what the upcoming ones are. The interesting one is down here, the newspapers. So most of the businesses are like this, where speed ×2, speed ×2, speed ×2, and once you get up a ways, it's every 100 you increase is your speed ×2. Now down here with the newspaper, you start out speed ×2, speed ×2, speed ×2, and then once you get over 100, you go to 125, and you're actually running ads for your other businesses, so it increases the profits of that other business. And you get that at 25, 50, 75, and then when you hit the 200 mark, you're getting speed of the newspaper ×2 again. So we are cruising along here. And as you can tell, the higher up you get, the longer the timers take. What do we got for upgrades? We can do a shrimp boat or a hockey team upgrade. Wait. Oh, shrimp boat or hockey team. So that's these. So we can get those. Now there are also gold upgrades. Now, I have 10 gold that I got for a special thing, but to get the gold, you have to spend, it's a microtransaction inside the game where you spend real world money to get gold, and you can buy those. The angel upgrades, of course, is another thing you can spend those angels on. So in this case, I could spend 10,000 angels to increase all my profits ×3. And that's a permanent upgrade, I believe, if I remember correctly. So even after you reset again to get more angels, you'll still have this upgrade, I think. But I only have 2,000 at the moment, so we're not going to get those. And didn't I have down here? Oh no, it was managers that had upgrade, or angels. So I can get a Dark Lord for my bank. Now, this is the first reset I've done, so I haven't had angels before to spend on these managers, so I'm not sure what exactly they do. I don't have oil companies yet, so I'm not gonna worry about that one. But I can get the bank, where banks are 10% cheaper and show cash per second. So let's see what that does. Sure. So I'm actually getting $6.9 million per second on this one. Granted, it takes almost 2 hours to run, so I'm going to be getting a lot of money, but it takes a while to get there. What else do we got here? We'll get 3D cameras for my movie studios. I got a bump there. We can get this one, multiply its speed. I'm actually going to go here. Once I get up above a certain point, I like having them to be multiples of 10. So I'm just going to knock these up here real quick. That's a 30, that's a 30. Can we get any of these? Probably not up to 10. Only made it to 7. I might be able to get some of these. Nope. So that gets us up a little bit there. So there's a fair amount of clicking involved when you first start. Once you get all your managers hired, you can honestly close the game down, come back a few hours later, and it continuously runs in the background and keeps building up the amount of money you get. And it'll tell you how much you earned while you were away. What else? The career one here, I mean, you can look at news from the company, stats about how much money you've done, swag you've earned. This was for a special event that just ended a day or two ago that I also did. It was basically a separate world, and you were superheroes versus supervillains. And it worked a little bit differently. When you hit certain unlocks on the heroes, they would do bad things for the villains and vice versa. So you had to really plan out which upgrades you were getting when. So we're just going to let this run here for a little bit. Build up some money. Get some of these up to their next mark. So those new upgrades the managers are nice, where it'll actually show you how much you're making per second, and it's a lot easier to compare. Because like this one, whenever it resets, like this one, it resets to 1 and then drops down to 0. So this was actually taking approximately 2 seconds to run through its cycle. This one takes about 6. This one doesn't even go up, so it's doing about 1 second. And these two are just flying. This one's flying so fast it's less than a second. This one's flying so fast it just has a stripe on it. It doesn't even show you it's going down. Now granted, it's a lower amount of money, but you're getting that several times a second. So having the amount of money per second will be useful for comparing those. Oops. So we're going to see if we can get up to 100 on a bunch of these now as money comes in. While we're waiting for money, I guess I can go over a couple other things. So once you hit, I think it's the $1 trillion mark, you can come down here where it says Adventures Launch. And it's going to look a little different right now. I have already launched these, but basically you click launch for the moon and Mars. It costs you, I think, $1 trillion to start each one, and then it takes it's either 2 or 3 days to go through the preparation, and you can spend even more money to buy that time down if you want to. Personally, I don't think it's really worth it. And then once your countdown is done, you can actually take off and go to that planet and have a whole nother business on that planet. So this, like when you are offline, see, you were offline for 20 minutes, 44 seconds, and during that time I earned 752 quadrillion on the moon while I was gone, which is dandy apparently. So you can see I've got different businesses here. They do different things. Different upgrades available. So I could spend 13 quadrillion and increase the angel investor effectiveness by 1%, but I haven't reset this world yet. So I've actually got a fair amount of angels here that I could claim if I reset the moon. And that upgrade you were just looking at would bump it up to 3% per angel. Now the reason I have so many angels here is because they cost, the managers and upgrades cost a little bit more on the moon. So like this is 11,000 angels, 222,000 angels. So it goes up a bit. Mars is a little bit more expensive as well. I'm not really going to spend money here right now, but we'll take a look at Mars real quick. So 21 minutes since I was here, 19 quadrillion earned. And as you can see, I haven't even been able to buy the highest level business here, which is a planet terraformer for 13 septillion. So that's still a ways out. Like here, this one is not even running. I don't even have a manager for him. So it's about 40 seconds to run, and I only get 138 billion every 40 seconds, and then to buy the next one would be almost 1.2 quintillion. So it's not quite worth it. This one I've got about 25,000 angels that I could claim on a restart. Managers. Did I buy them? Life bot? No. I guess the easy upgrader one comes sooner on this one. Unlocks the quick buy upgrades button for 15 trillion angels. Yeah, that's a fair amount. So I'm still 10 quintillion to buy the manager for those life pods. Yeah. That's going to take me a while, so I still have to keep clicking on this one. So since I don't have a manager for this one while I'm away, this one doesn't earn me any money, which is kind of sad, but oh well. No manager, no special. So on Mars we have this special thing here called the Profit Martians, and I can click deploy, and while it'll start a 30-second timer, and while that timer is running, all of my profits for all the businesses will be ×2. And I can keep clicking on this little UFO here, and it'll bump the 30-second timer back to 30 seconds. So basically it keeps resetting it and makes it last longer. If you do let it run out by not clicking on it for 30 seconds, then I think it's a 2 or 3 hour recharge timer before you can use it again. But yet again, you can click on the UFO and make that timer go down faster. But we're not going to try that right now. I'm going to go back to Earth, see how we're doing there. I got almost 500 billion while we were gone for 4 minutes. Can buy an oil company now. Can I get my manager for the oil company? I can. And might as well do that. And I don't know what this easy upgrader is, so I'm going to hire him as well. What is the easy upgrader? Buy 3? Is this the easy upgrader? Oh, buy times 3. Oh, is that my next upgrade? Bank profits times 3 for 50 billion. Oh, so it shows me the next one in line, and it's lit up orange if I have the money to afford it. So we can see it jumped right there. The oil one should jump up to about 94. Yep. I don't have the manager for the oil company yet, do I? Maybe I just needed to start him. But it's going to take 10 hours, so it's going to be a while. Let's see, can I get this guy up? 24 billion. Probably won't get this guy up to 10. But as you can see, not only does the cost for each one go up, but the amount of money they produce goes up as well. So we'll switch back over to 10. Can I buy any here? Just those ones back there. I'm not interested in bumping those up right now. I want to get these up. And it'd be really nice to get everything above that 25 mark, and then I'll have that, what was it, times 2 for everything, which would be really nice. So like I said, this is a free game. You can play it on your phone. I haven't done it myself on the phone. My wife and daughter have tried it out, but I don't have any personal experience with it, so I can't compare it. And like I said, it's available on Steam. It's free unless you want to throw money at microtransactions. Always up to you. They usually have a first-time buyer special. You'll buy a whole bunch of weird things. Yeah. So we're letting this run. Did I get my manager for the oil company? Yes, I did. So I have all my managers, so it will continue to run now while I'm away. So I could go away, come back tomorrow. I'd have a whole bunch of money sitting around I could spend on buying new things. But that's pretty much it. Go ahead and I don't know if I'm going to do another follow-up on this in the future. Was really meant just to be a quick one-time, hey, this is a killer, or a time killer, something you can just use to veg out for a little while, as most free-to-play games are, I suppose. And that's about it. So if you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Leave a comment down below, let me know, and we'll throw some more things like this up in the future. So thanks for joining me. Bye.